In this video, we're going to talk about grouping objects to kind of build off what we talked about in the last one. And here I have a series of objects. Right now they're all separate. And what I can do is I can select all of them, right click, and group. And now I can move them around. I can rotate them holding down shift and rotate them 45 degrees. I can shrink them down super small. Right. One thing that may happen when you do shrink down objects is if you want to make sure that the corners and the scales and strokes and effects are scaled as well, this box needs to be checked. And so I went to the transform menu, which is here, or transform at the top here. And you will notice that if I uncheck this, notice that the stroke stays super thick. If I want to undo that, make sure that is checked. Sometimes it's checked by default, sometimes it's not. Now, if I want to move one of these objects without ungrouping it, what I can do is double click on any of them. So if I double click on the circle, for example, it takes me to something called isolation mode. And I know I'm in isolation mode because of this little bar at the top. We got this blue bar and this gray bar, and it's letting me know that I'm inside the group. And so now I can reposition this. I can even make it bigger, and I can press escape or press this back one level to get out of this. And now everything is still together. So again, if I want to move one of these boxes, double click, and I can move it around, and now it is here. What I did there was I double clicked outside of it. So here, when I'm in isolation mode and I've made a change, I can press escape, or I can double click outside of this window. And now these are all together here. To ungroup, I can right click and do ungroup, or I can click and shift command or shift control G. And now they are all separate. Whichever method is better for you, control G to group or command G to group, or you can select everything, right click, and